Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's that time of year. 4th of July is coming soon. So let's get started on those 4th of July or Americana decor items. I have 2 projects for you guys to try and I'm absolutely in love with them both. I hope you like them too. So stay tuned, let's get crafting. Project number 1, we're going to be using some of these white letters. I'm so happy Dollar Tree finally got white and they're not block. They actually have some style to them. We're going to be using a chalk marker. I'm using a Easter tag sign and then 2 smaller signs. The wooden one I think I got from Dollar General, but the chalkboard ones I got from Dollar Tree. And I'm using red, white, and blue paint. You can use any brand of paint that you have on hand. The white is Valspar and the blue and the red, nope, the blue is Apple Barrel, the red is Waverly. So like I said, you just need red, white, and blue paint. I removed the tag or hanger off of the tag side and I'm painting it white. I only gave it 1 coat of the white paint. I thought that's all it needed because I wanted a more rustic, country look. I didn't want this to be all bright white and shiny. I did this on all 3 tags. The big one, I did it on this little wooden one, and I did it on the chalkboard tag from Dollar Tree. The chalkboard tag was a little different than the other 2 just because it is paper. And when I painted it, it did kind of want to bend up on me, but it was easily bent back. On the chalkboard tag, I painted it blue. On the first 2 tags, I painted them both white. Then I came back in on the little medium-sized wooden tag, and I made lines on it with some painter's tape, and I painted red lines on the smaller wooden tag. Now I came in with the truffle and I went around the edges first, highlighting all of the edges on the sign. Then I dry brushed the truffle in the center of the sign. I wanted not so much a wood grain look, I just wanted a more country distressed look, I guess. But I did want some truffle going in the middle of the sign also. Because I only put 1 coat of white on, it actually adds to this, and doing this actually saved me from having to put another coat, which I didn't want to do because I said at the beginning I didn't want this to be a shiny white sign. So it just gives it that country look. I ended up doing this technique on all 3 tags. Now coming in with a white chalk marker, I'm going to add stars to the blue tag. And I just did like a row of 3 and then I came back in kitty cornered and did another row of 3, so on and so on until I got to the end of the tag. I've had problems in the past few videos of my volume on my music being too loud, so I've been really trying to adjust it for you guys. Let me know in the comments below if this is much better, if the volume of the music is where it's supposed to be, because on my computer I don't have that same issue. It doesn't sound any louder. So let me know, please. Like I said before, I'm so happy Dollar Tree finally has white stickum letters, and they're really cute shape too. They're not just boxy, black letters. I don't know if everybody has these in their Dollar Trees yet, but mine just got them and I was super excited. So using these white letters, I'm going to spell out America on the big tag sign. What's nice about these is you can lay them down and you can pull them back up to adjust the width in between them and make sure they're straight. They're really easy to work with. After I had them where I wanted them and secured them down, I came back in with that truffle and I went over them to match the rest of the sign, giving them that country distressed look that I love. That truffle. I need to go get me some more. And just kind of blended the letters in with the sign. Then I put the original tag back on the bigger sign, and I used, what did I use, guys? Why do I have to go blank in every single video? Jute string. Boy, I use it every day and can't remember what it's called. On the smaller signs to attach them, I came in with jute string, used the existing hole on the bigger tag sign, and secured the smaller signs to it. And then I came back in with hot glue once I had those smaller signs positioned where I wanted them, and just added a little hot glue to the back to secure them to the bigger sign. And I also added some hot glue where the knot is on the big tag sign to secure the knot down so it wouldn't be going anywhere. And there it is. I have it hanging on my little ladder that I made to show you guys. It is so cute. I love this little America sign. I love the pop of color from the blue tag with the stars and the wooden tag that's red and white. And I think this is farmhouse country all the way for your 4th of July decor. After I was done doing this sign, I'm like, this has to be probably my favorite 4th of July piece I've done through the years until the next project. I think the next project actually trumps this one, and it is now my favorite. So let's move on to project number 2. They had jars with metal lids at Dollar Tree, and I was so excited. And then I'm using Dollar Tree beads. I am also going to be using not acrylic paint, but I use that acrylic paint to make a whitewash and truffle. I'll show you the whitewash when I get to it in the video. I'm using some chestnut and minwax stain, wood glue, jenga blocks. Jenga blocks, of course. These are just so versatile. You can use Jenga blocks for every project, and you can use them different in every project. So I thought that they would make a great base. And you just use wood glue to put these together. I did this in my last project where I did wood glue and hot glue, and I don't know why I did it again. And I told you guys not to do that because it doesn't work. And I wasn't thinking All you need is wood glue. Set these aside, let them dry, come back to them. Don't even bother with that hot glue. It doesn't work. So I'm securing 3 Jenga blocks together in a line, and then another 3 together. And then I'm coming back and putting those together to form the base for this project. So now into those little glass jars. These are so cute. They come in a pack of 4. You're going to need 2 packs because you actually need 7. Save one for another project. The other glass jars, they still have wooden corks in them, and I was so excited to see these little metal tops. And take all of the lids off of the glass jars. And then this is where my whitewash comes in. My whitewash is Dollar Tree Praying with a little bit of acrylic and water mixed in. And what I'm doing is I am filling up the inside of these jars. I wanted a smooth surface. I've done this in projects before. And I wanted to not have to deal with painting the outside. This is just easier, I think. So what I'm doing is using a funnel. I filled up one of the glass jars, and then I move the funnel to the next jar, and then spinning the glass jar around in my hand and filling up the funnel again to fill up the next jar. And then that gives the jars a nice coat on the inside. You're not wasting any paint because you're just taking one jar to the next. When you get to the last jar, you might have to fill it up again and fill that jar and just take your funnel, put it back into your paint, and use the last jar to dump the paint back into the existing container. Real minimal waste of paint, and I don't know, I think it is a lot easier than painting the outside. You don't have brush strokes. It's a much cleaner look. So now it's time to stain those Jenga blocks. We're gonna put stain all over the top, the bottom, the sides, the ends, everything. You want the whole piece to be covered in stain. I only did 1 coat. Using some skewers, you can get a big bag of these. I think they're for like shish kebab at Dollar Tree. I'm putting the beads on the skewers and painting them. It's just less messy. I know in the past you've seen me just dig in and get paint all over my hands, so I thought I'd try this technique this time. And then I'm going to take that truffle paint. I'm going to paint each lid. I'm only doing 1 coat. I don't care if some of the silver shows through. And I'm going to paint all of the beads. I had these rub-on transfers still from Dollar Tree, so that's what I'm using. If you have them at your Dollar Tree, great. These are real easy to use. Just peel off the back and put it on the glass. Use your finger to rub and then gently remove the top piece. You can see when it's transferred because you'll see it lift off of the top piece of paper, and then if you don't see it lifting off, you know to keep rubbing. And like I said, if you don't have these, you can draw America on these bottles, or if you have another smaller stencil, you can use that too. I had these on hand, so this is what I'm using. So I'm putting AMERICA on each bottle. I'm using the prior bottle to position where the next letter goes on the next bottle. That way they're semi, lined up and in the same area on each bottle. And I continued until I had all of the letters on each bottle. So stinking cute. I'm just a sucker for little bottles, I think. I used them in my last project too. I just love little bottles. Aren't those adorable? And it's still staying within their rustic farmhouse. Like I said earlier, I have a big bottle that I pre-made of whitewash that I use on projects. And I'm going to give the lids and I'm going to give those beads a nice little whitewashing. If the silver's still showing, that's okay. If the truffle's still showing, that's okay. I kind of wanted a hint of everything to give it a real vintage look. Now we're going to attach the lids back onto the bottles, and we're going to hot glue the beads onto the top of the lid. Why I held the beads and hot glued them that way, I don't know. You would think for as long as I've been crafting, I wouldn't keep making the same mistakes, but you just get into a groove, I guess, and keep doing the same dumb things over and over again. It's a lot easier to put the hot glue on the lid and put the bead than to put the hot glue on the bead and put it on the lid. So just put hot glue on the lid and do it that way. You'll save yourself a lot of frustration. Okay, we're in the final stages here. Now it's time to add the bottles to your base of Jenga blocks. Line them up the way you want. I chose to put both of the A's on either end of the Jenga blocks to help me with my spacing. Then I just came back in and spaced them. I'm using Loctite to secure the glass bottles to the Jenga blocks. I knew hot glue was not going to work, and I didn't have any E6000 on hand, but I had the Loctite. So it worked great in my last project when I was using the other glass jars, so I thought I would try it again. So I just put some on my table, and I'm using a toothpick to put some of it onto the bottom of the glass jars. Loctite dries a lot quicker than E6000, and I really liked how it turned out. It is white, so since these jars were white, that was a perfect, because you weren't going to see the white glue either. And there it is, all put together. I told you after that tag sign that I thought that was my favorite until this one. I love these little bottles, and I love them on a base. I think it's different. I think it's unique. I think it's farmhouse country, and I just am loving this little sign. Or not sign, what would you call it? Table decor. I can't wait now to get the rest of my 4th of July decorations out and start decorating. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed these 2 projects. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to my channel. Both buttons are free and easy to push. Ring that bell for future notifications. And as always, guys, I love y'all. Have a blessed and wonderful day. I'll see you again soon. Bye, y'all.